We have been on an absolute hot streak of awesome Masterverse figures for the past month. From New Eternia 2 Bad to the 1987 movie figures, plus the new Eternia stuff. It's all great. And today, that streak continues. Thanks to Paul Mart's store at Frank & Son Collectible Show, we're going to be taking a look at Masterverse Pighead. Let's get into it. How's it going, everyone? deceptibot9 here, and thank you as always for joining me here on the channel. Now, before we get into the review, I'd like to ask, if you like what you see, go ahead and leave me a like. If you like what you see and want to see more, and stay tuned for all of the future content that I've got planned, go ahead and subscribe as well. It does really truly mean a lot to me. Plus, if you want to follow me anywhere else on the internet, you can find me on TikTok at deceptibot9, on Instagram at deceptibot9reviews, and on Twitter at deceptibot9. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Masterverse Pighead. Alright, here is a closer look in full 360 of the new Masterverse Pighead. And I gotta say right off the top, this guy is super awesome. I've personally enjoyed the Sunman inclusions to the Masters of the Universe toy line, and I was super excited when they announced that Pighead was coming, and I thought he looked great from initial reveals, and he is great here in hand. My light is certainly helping him here, but you can see the colors on this guy are so cool. They truly really pop well together with the pinks and the darker blues mixed with the green of his skin. It's just a really neat color combo, and it really pops, and I love the way it looks. So, speaking of looks, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the details on Pighead. Alright, coming in here, getting a closer look at that head sculpt. It is so fun. It looks really nice. I love you got some little inscribed details up here on the top of the helmet. The pink and the blue combo up here look great. His tusks coming out look awesome. His eyes are really menacing. That yellow and that red pop really well against the green skin color. We got his little pig nose there. Moving down to the torso, we get more of those sort of etchings that we had up on his helmet. We get that over here on his shoulder armors as well. He got spikes everywhere. You can see there's spikes all across his bandolier, on his shoulder pads, and even down here on his wrist guards as well. The nice shiny kind of metallic blue for his armored pieces and his helmet just work really well. The bandolier here just kind of a solid brown with some little, leather strap looking details. Moving on to the back, all the kind of same, nothing really else going on here. Some more etchings up there. You can see on the helmet it looks kind of dinged up and battle damaged. I love that. Coming down around on the arms and legs, it's just, the typical Masterverse kind of muscle detail. Mine's got a little bit of a paint smudge right there. I could probably take it off, but no big deal. We've got some nice chainmail looking piece for his loincloth, which looks really cool. I love the way that looks. He's got some belt details there as well. We talked about the spikes here, nice and pink. I love the way the pinks pop on this guy. Blue hands. You can see his weapon. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute. Coming down to the feet, we've got, the typical kind of He-Man-ish boots. We got nice fur with the kind of wrap-looking details on the actual feet. But again, this is the nice shiny metallic blue, which looks really good, especially when it's right next to this nice vibrant pink and the nice vibrant green. It's just the color combos on him are just absolutely incredible. I love the way he looks overall. You can see even too the details on the shield, all the etchings kind of going on in here, plus just the pink and the blue. It's a combo that you wouldn't really expect to pop out as well as it does, but it's really nice. It looks so good. I am very happy with how this figure turned out. He looks awesome. So now that we've taken a closer look at his details on the figure himself, let's take a closer look at the accessories. So first of all, you do get 2 alternate hands, standard for Masterverse. You get a fist and another grip as well. The ones that are currently on him are a grip to hold his weapon and the open kind of chopping traditional holding hand. So this one is how it came packaged, holding onto the shield with the strap just like that. And he came with this one as well. So speaking of the shield, we'll take a closer look at that first. We looked at it a little bit. Nice details. Again, this blue, this shiny blue is so nice, especially combined with the vibrant pink. It is all pink. On the back, the strap is, I think it's a little bit bigger, at least this one, than some of the other Masterverse shield straps, because it feels like it for sure, at least. It kind of slides on and off a little bit easier. If that's kind of one gripe that I had about this, it's that the shield strap, there you go, that might help. You kind of got to wrap it around some of these spikes in order to get it to kind of stay on, or else it'll kind of fall off. So if you get it around multiple of the spikes, it should be okay. But yeah, I mean, the shield, it looks really nice. I love the way it kind of pops, and it's got some marks on it to make it look like he has done some battle for sure. In his other hand, as we can see as well, he comes with his spiked flail mace, which this top part is done in kind of a different color blue than the bottom part, but it's all kind of like this translucent spirit glowy blue type color, and it's got kind of some glitter in the handles. It looks really, really cool. I love the way they did this. It looks awesome, and it is kind of soft-ish plastic, so you can kind of move the chain a little bit. It won't stay in any of those positions, but it is a soft-ish plastic, so we can kind of watch that over time to see if it'll start to sink or anything. And then, as we saw in the turnaround, he does come with one more accessory, and that is this beautiful looking spirit snake piece. I don't know, they don't explain anything about this on the packaging or whatever at all, but it looks so cool. It is such a unique piece. It's really cool. You see it's done in the same kind of color scheme deco as the flail weapon, so it's got, you know, a bunch of glitter in it, and it's a kind of nice light translucent blue. And as you can see, it is a pretty soft rubber material. It's not a hard plastic at all. It's very soft. It is kind of molded in this shape though, so I haven't figured out if you would be able to dip this in hot water or heat it up and re-mally it to some other position, but it is a soft-ish it is not a soft-ish, it is soft. It's like a rubber piece, like full rubber piece, which is really, really cool, and it really helps when you're trying to get it on his body in several different positions. Kind of use it to clip on to his torso. I think it's kind of the main way, and the snake kind of comes off one side. You can do it kind of a little more sideways, so it's coming out a little bit more of the front. You can also wrap it around really anywhere you like, but you can wrap it around his flail, his mace flail, so it looks like in his arm, so the snake is kind of coming off his arm and around the weapon, which is really cool. You can as well, if you want to get it up around his head, you can throw it kind of around his neck a little bit if you get it under that helmet, so it's kind of resting over his head, which also looks kind of neat. Same thing over on this side too. If you wanted to try to wrap it around the arm going over the shield, you can do that as well. There's just so much you can do with this snake piece. It's really, really cool, actually. I love how they did this. And again, since it's kind of a softer material, you can try to wrap it around certain ways. It might not hold just because of the way it's molded, but like if you wanted to leave it like that for a minute, it will leave itself for a minute, but then it'll come right back off. But this is a really cool piece, and I love that they included it because it makes him look so cool. But I'm going to stick that off to the side. For right now, we can cover articulation on this guy. I'll go through it quick because it is just standard Masterverse articulation, nothing crazy here. Ball joint up on the head gets him going all kinds of ways. The helmet doesn't really hinder it at all. The strap and the helmet working together kind of do, so he can't really look up that much, but he can look down a great deal, go side to side, swivel all the way around. Arms go all the way around as usual. They go out. They swivel at the bicep. There is the double elbow in there. You can see it. It's just not cooperating with me on camera, but you know it's there. The wrist swivels. I should probably do the other hand. The wrist swivels and hinges as well on both, or on all of the accessory hands that you get. The torso has the ab cut, which allows it to rock back and forth and swivel around. Plus it has the waist swivel as well, all the way around to turn there. Legs go forward about that far. They go backwards. Not really that far at all, thanks to the chainmail skirt. They go out pretty decent amount. Not a full split, but he could almost get there if he tries a little bit harder. Push him to work a little bit harder, and he'll get there. Swivel at the thigh, double knee joint as well on the legs. Swivel at the shin and the ankle as well. Pivots and hinges all the way around, traditionally like we expect for Masterverse figures. So you can get him into some pretty cool poses. I threw some up on my Instagram yesterday when I grabbed him. If you want to go check that out, see some different positions of this guy. And of course, let's see how he looks compared to some other Masters of the Universe figures. All right, here he is with Origins Pighead, who I didn't mind, but I honestly thought he was a little boring and could use a little bit more. And honestly, that's what the Masterverse one here has done. You can tell the difference between these two is incredible. I really like the way the Masterverse one turned out. I think the Origins one is all right. You're not beating the Masterverse, though. Here he is against his greatest enemy, Sunman in Origins. Again, I actually really like the Origins Sunman. I think he is a lot of fun. But if you're putting Masterverse Pighead versus this Sunman, I think the Sunman's out. Here he is with his Eternian baddie buddy, that being, of course, Skeletor. And I'm using the new Eternia one because this one kind of feels like it fits the new Eternia aesthetic. Even though it is the Rulers of the Sun subline, I do kind of feel like it fits in very well with the new Eternia stuff. And last, but certainly not least, here is Pighead matched up against his enemy, Sunman, in Masterverse. And I do also really like this figure as well. I like him a lot better than the Origins one. I think he turned out really, really well. And these two together honestly look really, really cool. I love, love, love the way these two are shaping up. It's really, really cool. I kind of hope we get more Rulers of the Sun characters done out in Masterverse if they all are going to turn out like this, because these two are really, really awesome. All right, that is going to do it for my closer look at Masterverse Pighead. So let's go ahead and toss it back up to me for my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on Pighead here is I think he is incredible. I think he is really, really fun. He is so cool. The color scheme is great. I think personally the design overall is really, really nice. Plus, I am a fan of the Sunman characters coming into the Masters of the Universe world, and Pighead is just, he's so cool. He's a nice big pig baddie. I mean, he reminds me of Ganon a little bit, so there's a lot of fun going on with this figure, especially with the snake. He's really, really cool. I think even if you're not the biggest fan of the Rulers of the Sun characters coming into Masters of the Universe, I think you might be pleasantly surprised by Pighead. I think he is a lot of fun. Overall, cool design, great sculpt work all around, and color-wise, he's so cool. He pops. I think, honestly, even if you want to format this as Ganon from A Legend of Zelda, if you've got a Zelda collection going, you could probably get away with that too. All right, guys, that is going to do it for my closer look and full review of Masters of the Universe Masterverse Pighead. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts on this figure down below. Once again, I picked mine up at the Frankenstein Collectibles Show from a store called Palmart. He sells online as well. I'm not sure currently the status of his available stock, but if you're in the California area and you're looking for Pighead, you might as well go over to Frankenstein and check that out. So that is all I've got for today, guys. Go ahead, leave all your thoughts and comments down below. Again, if you made it all the way to the very end of this video, thank you so much. I do really, truly appreciate it. All of you who make it all the way to the end. It means a lot to me as well. So, as always, I've been your host, deceptibot9. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you guys later.